Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time it'll be on Cambridge Primary Checkpoint for Mathematics Paper 2, April 2024. You have 45 minutes and you may use a calculator. Let's start. Question 1. Calculate 1 by 3 minus 1 by 5. Let's make the denominator same by multiplying cross. So that'll be 5 by 15 minus 3 by 15, which makes 2 by 15. That's our answer. Question 2. Here's a rectangle drawn on a dotted grid of squares. One of the vertices is labeled A. The rectangle rotated 90 degrees clockwise around vertex A. Draw the rectangle in its new position. Well, rotating 90 degrees clockwise means you rotate every single point 90 degrees clockwise around the vertex. So you rotate point A around itself, it will stay where it is because it's one of the vertices. Now this one, originally it's 3 points up of point A. Now, once we rotate 90 degrees, it'll be 3 units right. So we'll have vertex there. And similarly, we can do for the other two vertices. And we can just connect the dots to get our rectangle. This is the image rectangle which is formed. Let's just correct that, yeah. And that'll be our answer. Question 3. Here are some numbers. Write each number in the box to make the statement correct. Let's convert everything to decimals. 3 by 4 is 0.75, 45% is 0.45, and this 0.6 is already in decimal. So the lowest is 0.45, 45%. And then that is less than 0.6, which is the medium. And then that's less than 3 by 4, which is the largest. Remember, you have to write the values which are given in the question, not 0.45 or 0.75. That's our answer. Question 4. Pierre has 6 cats. Cards show the age of each cat in years. We have 7, 4, 3, 2, 4, and 4 years old cats. Write the range of the ages of the cats. Range means the largest minus the smallest. So that'll be equal to 7 minus 2, which is equal to 5 years. That's our answer. Question 5. Here's a picture of a jug with water inside. Write the word capacity or volume in each space to complete the sentences. The dash of the jug is greater than the dash of water. We can see the jug is something that holds water, so it has a capacity. And we can see that this is greater than the dash of water. What would it make sense to write? Volume or capacity? Of course, water is the thing you pour inside containers, so it is volume. Capacity means how much volume it can hold inside at the maximum. Volume is just the amount of substance based on liters, milliliters, or you can use centimeters cubed as well. The dash of water is 0.6 liters. Of course, same thing, volume. And here, once again, the capacity of the jug is 1 liter. Let's go to question 6. Here's some data about the number of books the children in 2 classes read in a month. Data from class R is recorded in a table. Data from class T is recorded in a pie chart. Gabriella wants to compare the number of children in each class who read 2 books in a month. Write one extra piece of information Gabriella needs to know. Well, we know the number of people exactly in class R who read 2 books in a month. That's 12 children. But then what about for class T? We can see in the pie chart that the proportions are given. But then, what's the total number of students in class T? Only if we know the total number, we can separate it into these 4 categories. So the extra piece of information is the total number of students in class T. Then she can measure the angle for 2 books, which is this one, and then just multiply this angle, which happens to be 180, divided by 360 times the total number of students. And that'll be our answer. Question 7. Here's a circle. The center is marked. Draw a line to match each label to the correct part of the circle. The radius. That is a line extending from the center to a point on the circumference. So we can see that radius goes over here. And did I mention circumference? Yeah, it's right here. And then the circumference just shows any point that is on the edge of the circle or the perimeter of the circle. Diameter is just a line which connects 2 points on the circumference and passes through the center. This is a form of a chord, and it's the longest possible chord you can draw on a circle. That's our answer. Question 8. Write the correct number in each box to complete the calculation. 46 times 34 equals 46 times dash plus dash times 4. Well, we can see that this 34 seems to be split into two different values, this dash and then the 4 over here. Now we can write 46 here because you have to have 46 times something and another 46 times something, yeah? Now 34 will be equal to something plus this 4 here because we factorized a 46 times this. So 46 times the blank plus 4 is 46 times 34. So 34 is this blank plus 4. And this blank will therefore be equal to 30. Well, this is not our only answer. There's another answer which you could write, which is 46 times 32 and then 23 times 4. And yes, this answer is actually correct as well. Or you could even write 46 times 26 plus 92 times 4. Yeah, I've written wrongly that it's 8, but actually it is 4. Let's go to question 9. Some children try to describe pairs of mutually exclusive events. I arrive early for school, I arrive late for school. I walk forwards, I walk quickly. I finish my homework, I don't finish my homework. I can walk, I can talk. Tick all the children who correctly describe mutually exclusive events. Any two mutually exclusive events mean that they cannot happen at the same time. So I arrive early and late for school is an example. They cannot do that at the same time. I walk forwards and I walk quickly. Of course, you can walk forwards and quickly at the same time. I finish my homework and I don't finish my homework. Of course, there's another example. I can walk, I can talk. Well, of course, everyone can walk and talk at the same time, so that's also not correct. Well, these two ticks are answer. Question 10. Write a two-digit number ending in 7 that's a prime number. Well, the first two-digit number ending in 7 is 17, and that is indeed a prime number, so we can write that. Write a two-digit number ending in 7 that's not a prime number. Well, the next number ending in 7, which is two digits, is 27, and this is not a prime number since it can be written as 3 times 9. So, well, that is our answer. For this value here, we don't need to write 17. You can write 37, 47, 67, or 97. And for this one here, you can write everything else. 27, 57, and 77, and 87. That'll be our answer. Question 11. Here are 4 quadrilaterals drawn on a dotted grid of squares. The quadrilaterals are labeled A, B, C, and D. Write the letter of the correct quadrilateral next to each statement. The shape has no lines of symmetry. We can see that A and B and D indeed have lines of symmetry. So the only one is C, which doesn't have. We can see A has line of symmetry here, B has line of symmetry here and here. D has a line of symmetry here. This is a isosceles trapezoid. This is a rectangle. This is a kite. This is a parallelogram but does not have lines of symmetry. The shape has no parallel lines. Of course, that is D. Kites usually don't have parallel lines. The shape has one pair of parallel lines. Well, parallelograms and rectangles have both pairs of parallel lines. And the kite does not have any parallel lines. So A, we can see, is the only one which has one pair of parallel lines. That's our answer. Question 12. Software collects information about each child in a class. A. Draw a ring around the set of data that does not have a median. Well, in order to take the median of any set of data, we need to be able to arrange them in ascending order. That means we need to have them in numbers. And these three can be written in numbers. But color of eyes cannot be written as a number. It has to be written in words as a color. So you cannot have a median color of eyes. B. Here's software's data about number of pets. Calculate the mean number of pets. We can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 values. And we can just add up all these 10 values and divide by 10. Dividing this by 10, we will get 2. That'll be our answer. Question 13. Take all the statements that are equivalent to 42.573. 42 ones and 573 thousandths. That works. 425 tenths and 73 hundredths. The 425 tenths part is correct, but this is not correct, since 73 hundredths means 0.73. Now 4 tenths, 2 ones, 57 hundredths, and 3 thousandths Also correct. 42 ones, 57 tenths, and 3 thousandths. That's wrong. This 57 tenths is wrong because that means 5.7, not 0.57. But we need 0.57 here. These two are correct, but then this one's wrong. 4 tenths, 2 ones, 5 tenths, 7 hundredths, and 3 thousandths. Of course, this is just saying the place value of everything, and this is correct. Question 14. A bag contains exactly one white ball, one gray ball, one black ball, and one striped ball. Eva picks one ball at random. Draw a line to match the event to the correct probability. The event, the ball is white. Well, the ball is white, that means there's one white ball out of 4 balls. So it'll be 1 out of 4. And that's the answer here. Now the ball is not striped. There's one striped ball and the other 3 are not striped. So that's 3 out of a total of 4 balls which are not striped, and that's a probability. 3 out of 4 can be written as 3 by 4 or 75%. The ball is either gray or white. Well, there's one gray and one white, and dividing by a total of 4, we get 1 out of 2. And that matches here. And of course, the last one, the ball is yellow, is 0%, because these are the last two options. But well, we can see that of course there's no yellow color ball here, so anyway, we know that 0%. That's our answer. Question 15. 2 horses need 36,000 kilograms of hay each year. Calculate the amount of hay that 7 horses need each year. If 2 horses need 36,000 kilograms, that means 1 horse requires 36,000 by 2, which is 18,000 kilograms. Now, 7 horses require 18,000 times 7, and that'll be 126,000 kilograms. That's our answer. Let's go to question 16. Here are 25 small triangles. A fraction of the small triangles have a dot inside. Drawing on each number that is equivalent to this fraction. Well, the total number of triangles is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9, which is 25 triangles. And out of these, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 triangles filled. So that's 12 by 25. That's a fraction. So of course, easily we got one of them. This is just the same thing. Now, what's the equivalent value of this in decimals? It'll be multiplying both sides by 4, 48 by 100, and that'll be 0.48. So that's also correct. And then we have 0.48 as 48%, also correct. These 3 don't mean the same thing, so that's it. That's our answer. Question 17. Hassan makes a sequence by halving square numbers. He records the numbers in a position to term table. Write the 8th term in the sequence. Well, if the sequence is made by halving square numbers, the 8th term will be by halving the 8th square number. So 8 squared by 2, which is 32. And that'll be our answer. Question 18. Write 2 common multiples of 12 and 30. Well, this question is basically telling us to find the LCM of 12 and 30 and then multiply it by a certain factor to get another multiple. So the LCM is going to be 60, and that's the first multiple. Now, a second multiple, we can just multiply this by 2, and we'll get another one, which is 120. So we can just write 60 and 120, and that's our answer. Of course, you can write some other values like 120 and 180, or actually any multiples of 60, starting from 60, 120, 180, 240, so on. Question 19. Here are some suitcases. The mass of each suitcase is shown on the label. Order rounds each mass to the nearest kilogram. Draw a ring around each suitcase with a mass that rounds to 20 kilograms. Let's start with the first one, 19.07. The digit right after the nearest kilogram, or the nearest whole number, is a 0, which is less than 5. So we round this down to 19 kilograms. That does not work. 19.47. Once again, the decimal place number 1 is 4, and that's less than 5. So we round down to 19, that doesn't work. 20.47. Here, we round down the same way as last time, because this is 4 less than 5. But then we round down to 20. So this works. 20.74 kilograms. In this case, this digit is greater than or equal to 5. So we round up to 21. But that doesn't make 20, so we don't circle it. And our last one, 19.74. Similarly, we round up to 20 this time, so we circle it. That's our answer. Question 20. Here is a drawing of a cuboid made from 16 small cubes. User uses a number of these cuboids to make a cube, while the total number of cuboids that user uses to make the cube. Well, we can see the dimensions are 4, 4, 1. Length is 4, width is 4, and height is 1. To make a cube, all three length, width, and height have to be the same. The total number of cuboids used has to make the height also equal to 4, because the length and width are already 4. So if we just stack 4 of these cuboids on each other, we'll make a cube which has side length of 4. So we just write 4 cuboids. Question 21. Here's some angles. Drawing on the angle that's 112 degrees. We measure all the 4 angles using a protractor. We can measure this one by measuring this angle and then doing 360 minus this angle to get the reflex angle. And the other 3 we can measure normally using a 180 degree protractor. And we'll see that the 112 degrees is this angle. So we draw a ring there, that's our answer. Let's go to question 22. A coordinate grid is drawn on the playground at Mia's school. Mia walks in straight lines between points on the grid. The straight lines can be joined to make a square. Complete the instructions for her walk. Start at 4, 7, that's where she's starting now. Now go to 4, 3. Going to 4, 3, we get here. Go to 8, 3. We get here. This is 4 units per movement now. Now go to a value which forms a square after we go to some point and then we go to 4, 7 back. We can see that this has to be 4 units, so we have to either go down, right, or up 4 units. Which one of these makes a square after the 4th line? Of course, is this one, right? Because we can just attach these two vertices, and then once you get to this and this, we'll make a square. That is what the question needs. So this one here is walk from 8, 3 to 8, 7. And that'll be our answer, 8, 7. Question 23. Lily makes some models. She uses a cuboid and one other 3D shape for each model. A. Draw a line to match each model to the name of the other 3D shapes she uses. Triangular prism, square base pyramid, and triangle base pyramid are given here. Well, firstly, this model, we have the cuboid below over here, and above we have a triangular prism. This may not look like a triangular prism. But then we can see that this triangle is the cross section, and this is the very short length. Now for this one, we have the cuboid below, and above we have a pyramid. Well, which kind of pyramid is it? Which base does it have? Square or triangle? Of course, it's a square base pyramid, because these two edges align perfectly with the edges of the cuboid. And a cuboid has a square or rectangle face. In this case, it could even be a cube, but that doesn't matter. It's still a type of cuboid. And that has a square or rectangular face. So it's not really a triangular prism because it has to align with the backside of the cuboid as well. Part B. Lily makes a new model. Complete the table to show the properties of the new model. One's been done for you. Number of edges is 12. Number of faces. Well, this line over here actually does not count as splitting this into 2 different faces, because even though we put 2 different shapes together, one cube below and the triangular prism above, these two merge together to form one face, since they are a flat surface together. And behind also, there'll be one large rectangular face, and on the side here, there's also one large face of a trapezoid, and then we have one face below, one face at the front, one face above. So that's 6 faces. And the number of vertices, we can just count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one hidden one, it's 8. That'll be our answer. Let's go to question 24. Anastasia draws a square on a coordinate grid. She marks 2 of the vertices. By the coordinates of the point that is inside the square. There are quite a few answers for this, but we can see that the point should not be outside of this shaded region. And how do we get that? The x value of the point has to be between 1 and 4, and the y value also has to be between 1 and 4. Only if these two conditions are met, we'll get the coordinates of a point that is inside the square. We can write any point, for example, 2, comma 2. That's what I'm writing. You can write 2, comma 3 or 2, comma 2.5, 3, comma 3.5. They all work. But then 2, comma 4 doesn't work because it's on the edge of the square. It'll be over here. So that does not work. It has to be inside the square and not on the edge of the square. Well, that'll be our answer. Question 25. Here are 4 cups with black and white balls inside. Samira picks 2 of the cups. She puts all the balls from the 2 cups into an empty bag. Samira says, I have an even chance of picking a black ball from my bag. Write the name of the 2 cups that Samira picks. Well, which 2 cups should she pick to get an even chance of picking a black ball? You could just do this by trial and error, so let's just do that. Cup A has a total of 5 balls. Cup B has also 5. Add them up, we get 10, and there are 4 plus 2, 6 black balls inside this. 6 by 10 is not equal to a half, because even chance means a half. A and B is wrong. Now, let's see the next option, A and C. We can see that there's 5 and 7 here, so adding we get 12. And there's 4 plus 2, which is 6 black balls. 6 by 12 can be simplified to 1 by 2, which is an even chance. So the 2 cups that Samira picks are A and C. So well, that'll be our answer. Question 26. Jamila measures the length of her hair on the first day of each month. Here's a graph that shows her measurements. Take the statements that are true about the information shown on the graph. The difference in the length of Jamila's hair between each measurement is the same. Well, if this difference was the same, that means the graph would be a straight line. We can see that, although it's made of straight lines, it's not just one singular straight line. It has many. So that's wrong. Jamila's hair is 2 centimeters longer at the start of January than at the start of December. We can see that it goes from 15 at the start of the year, and at the end of the year, December 1st, we can see, is still 15, so that's also wrong. Jamila's hair is 1 centimeter longer at the start of August than at the start of June. You can see that at August it's 14 and June it's 13, so finally we got the correct answer. Let's go to question 27. Here's a coordinate grid. Mike draws a line on the grid. Points A, B, C are on the line. Coordinates of A and B are minus 1, 3 and 1, 1, which are plotted here, drawing around all the coordinates that Mike could use for C. Well, if points A and B are on the line, that means we have to just draw a line between the 2 points and extend it along this graph, and we'll see which of these points lie on this line. Note that all these points lie within the minus 5 to 5 on x and minus 5 to 5 on y. Only then it works. If there's a point, for example, 7, 6, this point is outside the range of the graph, so you have to find the equation of the graph and then do it. But in this case, you don't need to. You can just draw a line and do trial and error. So 1, 2. 1, 2 is over here, that's not on the line. 3, minus 1, that's over here, and that is on the line. Minus 2, 3, that's over here, that's not on the line. 5, 3, once again, that's over here and not on the line. 0, 2, that is over here and that is on the line. That'll be our answer. Question 28. Yuri has $240. He spends 5/8 of his money on a new bicycle. Hassan has $120. He wants to buy the bicycle that costs 1.5 times the amount of money he has. Calculate the difference between the prices of the two bicycles. Well, the price of Yuri's bicycle, I'll just write as YB, is going to be $240 times 5/8. And doing this, we get $150. Now, the price of Hassan's bicycle, I'll just write HB, it's $120 times 1.5. Of course, he doesn't have the bicycle, but he wants to buy it. So either way, that bicycle counts. And that'll be $180. Now the difference is going to be 180 minus 150, which is $30 difference, and that'll be our answer. Question 29. Safia writes a sequence by counting in steps of 3. The 8-terminal sequence is 32. Gabriela writes a different sequence by counting in steps of 5. The 8-terminal sequence is 64. Write the difference between the first terms in their sequences. Well, if the 8th term in a sequence is 32, that means from the first term, let's say A, she has added 3, and then we get to another term, let's say B, and then we add 3 again to get C, and then add 3 to get to D, add 3 to get to E, and then F, G, H. So if we assume we're adding 3 every time we go, that's counting in steps of 3, we add it 7 times. So we add from the first term 7 times to get 32. And we add 3. So the first term, A of Safia's sequence, is going to be equal to 32 minus 3 times 7, which is 11. Now similar for this, the first term of Gabriela's sequence is going to be equal to 64 minus 5 times 7, which is equal to 29. So a difference will be equal to 29 minus 11, which is 18. And that'll be our answer. Question 30. Carlos makes flags to decorate his house. He uses 1/4 of a meter of material to make 15 flags. Calculate the amount of material he uses to make 75 flags. Now going from 15 to 75 is multiplying by 5. So this 1/4 here, we just multiply by 5. And that's the amount of material he uses to make 75 flags, 5 by 4 meters. You can write this in a mixed number as 1/4. Question 31. A number line is marked in steps of constant size. Write the correct number in each box. Well, if we go 1, 2, 3 steps, we get from minus 20 to 10. What's the difference between the two? It's a difference of 30, right? And that's 3 steps. Now, one step, that'll be a difference of 30 by 3, which is 10. So, going from minus 20, we get to adding 10 minus 10. And over here, we have 0 and then 10. So, these two numbers will be our answer. Question 32. Chen joins 3 squares to make a rectangle. The perimeter of the rectangle is 8 centimeters. Chen adds 3 more squares to make a new shape. The perimeter of the new shape is 12 centimeters. Sketch 2 new shapes that Chen could make. Well, if you tried using trial and error, you can see that we can draw the first 3 squares over here first. Now we can draw a 4th square over here. And then draw 2 squares above like this. If we think about it here, there'll be a perimeter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 centimeters. So that's the first one. And the second one we can draw is, once again using trial and error. Okay, I'll just move this up a bit since I don't have space for a second one otherwise. Either way, the second one will be drawing the same 3 squares again. And once you've done that, draw another 2 squares on top, just like we did last time. And after that, we just put 1 more square on top of this. Now that will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units or 12 centimeters in perimeter. So that'll be our answer. You can of course draw this square over here and that'll still be correct. And you can flip these shapes any way you want. As long as they're the same shape, it's correct. That's our answer. Question 33. Here are 2 right-angled triangles. The triangles are drawn together to make a large triangle. Calculate the area of the large triangle. We can see that if we join the 2 triangles together, this length here will be 4, this will be 4, this will be 8. So the base of the triangle will be 4 plus 8, 12 centimeters. Now the height of the triangle is just the same, 4 centimeters. Now the area will be half times base times height, half times 12 times 4, which is equal to 24 centimeters squared. That's our answer. And with that, I come to the end of the video. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends and family, and comment on how you think this video was. With that, it's me, Sanjay Vasu, signing out. Thank you. Bye.